What's going on, guys? This is Prodigy, and today I'm bringing you a new video of a new series that I'm doing, and this is going to be called the Overwatch Hero Guide. And this is basically going to be where I break down each hero in Overwatch, give you the stats, the data, their abilities, and how they should be played in general, so you guys can get a better understanding of how each hero in Overwatch works, their strengths, their weaknesses, and hopefully make you a little bit better at the game. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get right into it. Since this is the first episode, I just want to say a couple of things before I get really in-depth into it, and that is this game is very team-based and objective-oriented. So basically what that means is you can't play each hero any kind of way you want to. Each hero has their own unique playstyle and abilities and caters to a specific playstyle that will give you a better advantage if you apply it. So with that being said, I just want you to keep that, guys, in mind going forward into this series. Each hero has their own specific strengths, and when you play to those strengths, you will have the best time possible. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about D.Va, and D.Va is actually an interesting character because she technically has two different modes she can be in, which is the mode while she's in her mech, and then when she dies, she's able to eject from her mech and just be a regular old person. So first, we're going to be talking about D.Va while she's inside of her mech suit and going over some basic stats. To start off, D.Va has 500 total HP points, but 400 of those points, however, are armor, which makes her really good for taking down opponents with high rate of fire weapons such as Soldier 76, Bastion, or Tracer. How armor works in this game is it basically causes all incoming damage to be reduced by 5 points per shot. So that means if somebody hits you with a weapon that does, let's say, 20 points on you normally, when you have armor equipped, it'll do 5 less damage on you, so it'll be 15 damage per shot. There are two exceptions to this though, first of which being weapons that do less than 10 damage per shot, and in those situations the damage will be just reduced by a flat 50% rate. So let's say if a damage does 7 damage per shot, it'll instead do 3.5 damage per shot against armored enemies. The second exception will be shotguns, because shotguns, even though they shoot in pellets, each shot with the shotgun just counts as one shot, so you don't get 5 points reduction for each pellet that hits you. It only counts as one shot. This makes the armor slightly less effective than it normally would be, so it's important to keep that in mind when you're going against, say, Reaper. Now let's talk about her basic weapon, which will be her fusion cannons, which are on her mech suit. These things will fire at about 7 rounds per second, which will translate to about 420 rounds per minute. They'll deal between 0.5 and 3 damage depending on how close or far you are, 0.5 being at the farthest range and 3 being at the closest range. Now that may not sound like a lot, but also keep in mind that she can fire at an unlimited rate. She never has to reload, so it's great to just spam shots. And she also fires in bursts, so her fusion cannons act like a shotgun because she fires 8 bullets technically per shot. So more accurately, this comes out to between 4 and 24 damage per shot, which is not bad at all. Next, let's talk about her abilities, the first of which being her mech boosters, and this ability will propel you in any direction you choose for a total of 2 seconds. It will give you about a total distance of 25 meters in ground covered. Now the cool thing about this ability is that it can also be used to ram into enemies and will deal a total of 25 damage on them, so this is really good for finishing enemies off that you've already damaged. I found this ability to be really good at getting out of bad situations very quickly, or chasing down enemies in a quick amount of time to get right in their face. For example, if you have a sniper up on a rooftop that you want to get to and take out, just simply boost up there real quick before they can react, get in their face, and take them out close range. Her next ability is her defense matrix, which blocks all incoming projectiles for a total of 3 seconds and has a cooldown of 10 seconds. Now this can be really good to counter players like Pharah, Junkrat, or Bastion when he's using his ultimate if you're able to time it correctly. Switching over to D.Va when she's not in her mech suit, she's equipped with nothing but a light pistol, no abilities, no nothing, just her one little light pistol, and it fires at 6.6 rounds per second, which translates to about 396 rounds per minute. Now this gun can be a little difficult to use because it fires like a projectile, so you kind of have to aim where the enemy is going and not where the enemy currently is, but it does a pretty decent amount of damage at 14 damage per shot. And lastly, let's talk about D.Va's ultimate, which is her mech's self-destruct system. And when she uses this, she basically ejects from her mech and her mech becomes a ticking time bomb and deals a whopping 1,000 damage with a 360 degree range of 20 meters. Now this ability is really great for clearing out objectives in a hurry because it has such a nice range to it, so when enemies see you use it, they're going to run as fast as they can or they're going to die, which gives you and your teammates a great opportunity to get in the objective, contest it, and take it over. You can also do cool things with this ability, like combine it with her mech boosters to basically send her mech flying through the air while it's detonating, treating it like a projectile bomb, hopefully catching the enemy off guard. However, when D.Va's not in her mech suit, her ultimate will then just be able to call in a brand new mech suit. So if you die while using D.Va, just simply try and get out of the situation as fast as you can, kind of hang back until your ultimate is done charging, call in a brand new mech suit, and get back in the fight. And the ultimate charges very quickly when she's not in her mech suit, so this won't take long at all, especially if you're doing any damage to the enemy team. So that's going to wrap it up for the first episode of my Overwatch Hero Guide. Hopefully you guys found some useful information here. If you did, I really appreciate if you hit that like button. It really means a lot to me. And hopefully you stick around for the next one. Leave a comment in the comment section to basically tell me which hero you'd like to see me cover next. And maybe I'll pick what you say. So that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Once again, this is Prodigy. Thanks for watching.